welcome back to the show. We have the final match of the Eating Forest coming up right now. Once again, it is Cultivate versus the Quest. Now, Cultivate was recently known as VAE VICTIS. I believe they have been signing with a new org. So, hey, happy to see them finding a home and a place to represent. Now, the Quest looks like, from what I'm seeing right now, we can go ahead and jump straight into in-game, by the way. But it looks like the Quest has a bit of a roster change. Now, I don't have the facts. I don't know if this is a permanent move or just a temporary stand-in, but it's Spongy in for Voltage, and that, I think that makes a big difference because Voltage was the main opper and Spongy's not really a main opper.
No, not someone you think of when you think of that big green gun. We'll see who winds up picking it up for the squad. I mean, this is a team with a lot of raw aim on it. We'll see who's going to bring that through, but that is definitely a big presence out of the roster. Sort of a little unfortunate there, and it looks like we've just had a player drop out, so they're going to be sorting out, getting him back in. I see a little bit of an argument going on here in the chat about who wants to play what. Apparently there was some discussion of Vertigo coming through, which I would have looked forward to, but they weren't feeling it. One thing, though, that will remain constant, and that has remained constant for as long as I've been observing him in Counter-Strike, is MCE's mustache cat profile pic. And that I appreciate.
I've seen so many of his cat pictures. I honestly think he is a cat.
He might be. He wears cat shirts. He does. I think one of his roommates got a cat. Last I was chatting with him, and he was in love with this cat. So
and it shows up in the background in his webcam in one of his streams.
He knows what he likes, man.
The pause is unpause, but there's only 4 players in it. Okay. All right, guys. All right, we're playing pause tag now. Now,
pause, unpause, pause.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Cultivate, though. This is a pretty fresh roster. It is an advanced team, of course. They have gone through roster renovations with their recent pickup of Shores and MZN. Shores is actually a really good opper. Now, this team has been together for, I think, a week, maybe 2 weeks now. They've been kind of grinding it out. Now, I wonder if they are prepared on a map like Inferno. And in my opinion, Inferno is a really good map to contest teams who are significantly better than you at, just because of how well most players know this map now, right? It's kind of like the staple in people's map pool.
Yeah, it's I always do enjoy watching Inferno. I feel like it hits that middle ground of teams being prepared for it and having set strategies, and also allowing the individual performances to really shine. And as you're saying, like, teams are so familiar with it now, but there's still little wrinkles and things that you can change up to keep it fresh in terms of the way you hold the site, in terms of where you throw the fakes in, you know, when you boost a player up onto the flower pots, when you boost a player up on towards the awning, just little details there that you can change up to put subtle wrinkles into the way you hold sites, into the way you take sites. And I think there's enough versatility that it does tend to lend itself to a really good viewer experience. Also, I think MCE is aware he's on camera. He's been spamming Roy in 322 in the chat. So MCE thinks he's in Twitch chat right now.
Yeah, he is Twitch chat. His whole personality is personified in Twitch chat. Funny guy, though. I like MCE. He's a good guy.
Looks like we just found our wayward 10th player, so we should be getting underway here in just a moment. The unpause comes in, and we should be right into the action. A little bit of utility picked up here for the Cultivate side. It's going to be trying to get them onto a site. Actually, 2 players picking up the utility, so heavy investment early on. There's a single nade on MCE, but otherwise it's going to be just armor for the Quest, and they are going to be questing for that first pistol round. We'll see if they can find it here, Roy. Oh, bold peek from Exceed. Nearly catches the player off. He's actually going to be chased back, but he's at least got information that they're up alt mid early. That's going to send the CT scurrying, ready to receive them. Brings a little bit of reinforcement over as well. And it's going to be kind of Exceed and Spongy out on islands as they start to run through. This has been a heavy presence here from the teams, but they're not quite willing to cross that threshold out of brackets and into the scrum.
Now they finally have pushed back the Quest, and this is a big part of the piece, right? You have to deny the Quest some information, some vision, and pull that third player and make sure that he's on the A site if you intend to hit B site. Now, of course, while they do have presence, they are starting to fall back towards that B site now, where they are ready for that execute. They have smoke, they have double flashes to make their way over. But wait, actually, they're redeciding back on their A site.
It's not often you see a team run down the clock this much in a pistol round. Usually it's sort of a more decisive hit, but they're taking it slow, and now they're finally making their way on. Somehow still all 10 players up, even though we're hitting that 40-second mark, and there's 4 players bunched up towards Arch, so they're not even really committed. Now they certainly are. They're flying right into the A-bomb, saying it's going to be Spongy dancing around the pillar, just trying to find somebody's head. Too many targets, though. Too many to choose from, and so he'll lose his life. It's going to be Exceed to find the first instead for the CT side, but that bomb's now planted in a 4-on-4 retake situation, and MDN still has a flash to put into play here. This is a nice setup for Cultivate.
There's a nice strat as well. Now the flashbang is coming out. They're looking to contest that moto. They found the first pick. That's MCE gone down, and I think that was the kit gone as well.
It would be retrievable, but they still got to find the kills, and it's come down to a 1v1. Exceed trying to do more damage, trying to chase it in, but sure, will prevent him from getting even close. That's a quick tap, and Cultivate claimed the first. They planted it, they grew it, they cultivated it, they harvest.
Yeah, I really also like that shot from them as well. It's not typical you see anything like that at that pace, at least, right? They ran down the clock and they pushed the quest back onto the site, so they weren't really able to definitively tell where they were going to end up. And then they threw that moto smoke, and then the quest like, wait, they're not making any noise in the middle. They have to be B, right? So they send that third player back to B. Ooh, clean. Nice shot.
Crispy. It was such a shot that MC disconnected.
Sometimes we call that the good night shot, you know? You just send them out of the server right away.
Deleted. I would not put it past him to have disconnected just for dramatic effect. In fact, I'm 90% sure that's what he did. He's back in the server. No problem here, and it's looking like this is going to be no problem of a round for Cultivate. They're just kind of mopping up these CTs one by one. Easy snacks. And now it's an open B bomb site, which should be an easy plant, and with it, a very easy round win.
I like the fact that they're being vigilant, even though they have a 5 versus 2 as well. Just using their utility, not losing any of their weapons, not losing any of their armor. Just taking their time and getting that safe plant and safe round win. VAE VICTIS, aka Cultivate, looking to pick up the second round on the board right here, and it's all looking like it's going their way.
Kind of just Frosty K at this point, who might do a little bit of damage, find somebody's head, maybe drop a gun, but chances are slim. Just a USP, no armor behind it. I mean, odds are just kind of poor to find much of any of this. There's the opportunity. There's the fight. Gets dunked in turn. He's actually going to fade away, and John G's trying to catch out Shores. Maybe a little bit of vulnerability here, but he will run him down and get the easy mop-up frag, just trying to print a little bit of extra cash with that MAC-10. There's the kill that Frosty K was so patiently waiting for, and maybe opportunity for more, but there are 4 Ts all around him, and SMGs or no, they are going to rip him asunder. So Cultivate claim the second. They claim it very clean as well, and the quest now going to be buying up into the third.
And I think they'll get most of what they need. Okay, now they definitely have what they need. So Frosty and MCE, of course, the more selfless players on the quest. Not that the other ones are selfish, but they have opted for that downgraded firepower for that utility and kit as well. So Frosty K taking one for the team. I like that. Especially on a map like Inferno. It's going to be a fast play for VAE VICTIS, going transitioning quickly onto the B side, not letting the quest really breathe. And Janji goes for the wild spray, but only able to find 1 kill before it's reset, and the B bomb site is forfeited for now.
Done some damage though, and even though he's forced back, he's going to allow time for the rotation to come in, but that's a big kill to find from the lurk. MDN picks up Exceed. It's one of the big guns for the squad, but there's a trade on site. Now Shore's plant position is maybe not confirmed. He's going to bait Janji into a spray that Gola was waiting for. That's a great kill to find. Just going to be Spongy and MC. Make that just Spongy. And the Sponge Meister himself is not going to have a chance to even get away from the encounter. Gets run down with the MAC-10, and Gola finds himself a nice little upgrade. It's going to be a third round for VAE VICTIS, and that is a perfect bonus round executed.
3 players alive as well. A free AUG upgrade, a free FAMAS. Man, they're so happy with that. And not only that, but they have the quest as economy broken once again. So it's going to be mostly a deco here. 3 players, 5-7 for Frosty. And then Memsi with the smoke and nade. It looks like VAE VICTIS is on their way for that 4th round win here. Exceed showing his hand early on. He's been spotted, and Gola is just not relenting, just holding W while spraying him down. It is a man advantage now. I have to remember to call them Cultivate, not VAE VICTIS. I think there's a limitation on the Faceit platform where you can't change team names.
It's so tempting. It lulls you in. That's a big first pick, and followed up. The bodies are dropping here. MDN just clearing them out towards mid. There are 2 players, and they are both on this A-bomb site. But it may not be Victis just methodically clearing it out. It's Lack who is perhaps vulnerable. Might get knocked down. But he should be alright regardless. He is probably going to drop. There's the drop indeed. And there's the second as well. Okay, pistols make this expensive here at the end. That AK might even be retrievable. Frosty K wishing he had an extra inch on his hands right now. He will eventually find it. And the bomb's going to say, you know what? I want none of that action, boss. I'm going to take it towards B.
A smart decision as well.
Make sure we get the round. Absolutely.
Not only that, but
players are hemmed in.
Yeah, exactly. They're stuck on site. They have no way out. They're going to have to fight their way out. And they made him not expect Gola, but now he's showing himself. And if he falls, that... Wait, they can still do this if they run quickly enough. It's a race to the bomb site now for these 2 players.
It is going to be a 2v1. I mean, it's kind of a race from both sides, right? Gola is running his way up Banana to try and go and support. A lot's going to come down to what Shores can do in terms of slowing them down. There's the first peek. Shores is tucked into the church. Is Frosty K expecting it? He is not. Now Jonji in a tough spot, but he's going to do some damage. Now just hop on the bomb. He's got to do so. But it's at this point just about doing damage, and he will slip away, slide down Banana, and keep his gun up. He's made this expensive. He's kept himself an AK and the set of armor that they brought into the round. So all things told, that's a really good round out for the Quest.
Agreed. 100% agreed. It's a round win for Cultivate, but... Man, they made that so expensive. Now, luckily for them, of course, they've cultivated their economy quite well, so they have a lot of that sitting. And now the Quest is on the quest for the comeback. And see if they can do it. They have a lot more than they worked with last time. They have kits now. They have full utility. No downgraded firepower on a single player. And this will be the test. This will be their opportunity now to start clawing away at Cultivate's economy here.
Oh, Jonji tries to get aggressive and just slides right into an up crosshair. And Shores says, "Who dis? Get out of here. Get out of my face." Pushes him back. It's a bold spot from Frosty K. He's expecting to flash through and waiting for it. He's got support as well. So they definitely haven't lost the top of Banana, but the problem is they're getting peppered down with utility and slowly pushed back. And Cultivate is just happy to sit on that frag and let the CP stew. Spongy's about to have a lot of action coming his way, just trying to hold out towards Arch. The Molly's going to come in to push him back. He will fade back towards Sight, and he's going to completely give up that control. It's going to be a crossfire between Spongy and Exceed over on the balcony, and they're going to have to strike true and quickly. Exceed, first point of contact, they're sliding past him, their backs are turned, there's 1, 2, 3, Exceed going huge, and knows where Gola is as well, has enough bullets in his gun for that one last kill, and he'll sneak his way into the pit, but the Molly's gonna force him out, and that may be enough. Exceed with 4 on the round, can he get the ace? Oh, Shores is looking for it, it's all on Shores now in a 1v3, being tapped away, and the flank comes in, big 4K from Exceed, stays alive as well, doesn't get too greedy, and he claims the first round for the Quest.
What a round as well. Exceed played that to perfection, man. He applied so much pressure. I would have liked to see Gola just swing on out while Exceed's ammo was low, but he kind of hesitated and allowed Exceed to reset for that 4th kill. Bit of a mistake there, but that's not too shabby. Only 3 players surviving there for the Quest, which means, yeah, they have a lot of economy left over, but not quite in that stable territory just yet. Now the utility exchange is also in their favor, so finally something seems to be going their way early here.
Silver linings, Roy. Silver linings. Got to get something here. And Spongy's got the op. So we were wondering who's going to pick it up. He's also got the ankle attack. Hunter Rise. Not quite the kill. 5 HP will be the survivor. But Spongy's going to be picking up the big green gun. Apparently to decent effect, too, for the squad.
And it seems like the Quest is massively comfortable right now. They have a player holding Banana, no pressure in that direction as long as that player is not pushed off, which is just John G jumping around, jump spotting. If he's not pushed off, they can keep their defense strong towards the site, which makes this round infinitely more complicated for Cultivate.
Now it is going to be the push in, and there's a lot of buddies here to defend. They still haven't pushed Spongy off in the slightest. He's going to dump utility to slow them down. They're chasing through. He is lining up with frags, no problem. Frosty K will eventually get dug out, but at what cost? I mean, this has gotten so expensive for them. And there's going to be the final kill to tap it through. And once again, the Quest, this is a pretty clean round. That's now 2 in a row. The previous, they kept 3 alive. This, they keep 4 alive. That bank is starting to build. They are very much back into this game, Roy. And to celebrate, Frosty K will buy a Zeus and then toss it away.
It's a sacrifice to the Greek gods, you know. Buy Zeus, you throw it away, it gives you good luck.
I guess. I'm old school. I say you buy Zeus. You
Use like firework, you know, I like that too.
party Zeus. Party popper. Ooh, that is a party popper indeed. Gonna pop right at the feet of a couple of these tees. Really soften them up. That's a meaty nade indeed. Oh, that's a meaty deagle shot though. It's a little bit of control. The problem is there's already players down the bottom of Banana, so they are flanked up. It's just gonna be Janji chilling. Janji finding the bomb, and Janji waiting to see if anyone else wants to try and feed into him. Goes to the pistol. Maybe a little bit boldier, but only 3 bullets in the AUG. He's got to buy himself a little bit of cover to get back and reload.
And now they have to make a decision. Are we going to go back into Janji's AUG or go into Spongy's AWP? I think either though.
Yeah, not a great
those are awful choices to have as a T side.
Real pick your poison type of situation. Arsenic or cyanide?
But yeah, I mean, this is a tough situation here for Cultivate. Unless they land a shot on Janji. If they clear out Janji on Banana, there's a lot of hope because the rotations are so far away.
Problem is that bomb's edging through. Oh, Shores. He misses the flick, but that might be the temptation. If they commit towards A, there is plenty of defense here. No problem. Now he's around the corner. Time's not even there really to rotate. So they are going to be committed into this hit. And Exceed is waiting for it. Frosty K actually gets the first. That triggers Exceed to swing. And now it is all just for us. He's got a found AUG, but has lost his life in turn. Clawing it back.
Clawing it back like a cat. Like MCE. The cat god.
MCE. The mustache man. The cat. Cat god himself.
Weird because you can't really grow a good mustache in real life, but you know,
That's
at least
true.
his cats
But
have
his
one.
cat can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now Cultivate, they have some. Finally, they recovered, but this is a rough buy, right? It's a bit of a ragtag purchase here for Cultivate. They don't have a lot of utility, and they have a Mac 10 on Razan, the IGL of the squadron. But at least they've won the utility exchange early. Now we're nearing that 1 minute 30 mark. This is where a lot of the utility starts getting dumped out by both teams. The flashbangs are perfect. Razan's something down for that kill, and he finds it. That's a man advantage early, and that weakens the A defense quite a bit. It might even force that third. Yeah, that third player's already making his way over now.
Now this gets interesting. That puts a ton of pressure on towards Janji, who's playing a little bit of the fallback approach. Dump the utility, fade away, bring the rotation. You're splitting up that CT defense. Whichever way you go, there's going to be a link missing. They're ready to defend. This could get very risky indeed. It's going to boost up onto flower pots. I like this as a response. We haven't seen it out yet from the CT side, and it's always a wrinkle that they have to consider when they're moving through, so it just slows you down for a moment. It's going to be Janji to take first contact.
Smokes come out, counter smokes come out as well. That might make it awkward for Cultivate to come through. They're opting not to. I think they might wait for Razan lurk, but he gets shut down by Spongy towards the A site, and now they have virtually no. Yeah, see, they're trying to run back towards the A site, but they're like, no, we lost control. Now we have to commit to the B site, but they've run out of utility, so it's gonna have to be guns out from here. This is about to get so bloody on the cross here.
That's the first. This might bait them into the flower pot. Do they clear it? They're going to check for it, but maybe just a little bit too quick. Frosty K falling off, finds 2, and Janji will tap in the last. AUG's doing all of the work over on B, and a 4th round for the quest. We are now all tied up, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, it's going to be Cultivate on an eco. They haven't been cultivating their economy well enough, and they're going to be suffering the punishment in this round. How many farmer jokes do you think I can make based on that name?
I honestly believe in your limitlessness.
The pun well runs deep. Dumb joke well runs very deep.
Dad jokes are the meta, man. Don't sleep on
Too
dad
OP.
jokes.
Please nerf dad jokes. Too OP.
But yeah, I'm liking the confidence coming back here for the quest. They're looking a little bit scared for a little bit, but now they seem to regain their confidence. They have restabilized the game, and now they're looking to take the lead for the first time. Flashbangs coming out, together. I like the teamwork, and they found themselves another kill and another one. It's all down to MDN.
He's got the bomb at least. Hey, if he sneaks out balcony, maybe he sneaks a plant before they kill him. That's the silver lining right now. And as they say that, they're going to say, nah. Start to hedge someone back towards. They've cleared all the way down the bottom of Banana. There's nobody here. possibly. And now MDN has revealed himself. He is going to be chased upon with the Fury of 1,000 Suns. Well, there's the first shot. That's the off down as well on Spongy. Can they get back to recover it? I don't know that they have time. Oh,
no, they don't.
Picked up.
And MC almost lost his life as well. That second kill would have been massive. But I'm a little.
They got plenty of cash.
Yeah, they have a lot of money. That's my key point, right? Is that Cultivate really needs to start clawing away at the Quest's economy, who has now turned the tides, right? At one point, it was Cultivate in this position where they had that, 2-3 gun rounds in a row, but now that economy is massive. So Cultivate, they can't throw away too many rounds here.
Who's found one with a molly, and there's going to be the swing. Frosty, 3 big frags at the top of Banana between the utility and the spray. He is taking control of another round. We're only 25 seconds in, and you're already seeing too many T-bodies down in the alley. This is so rough to come back from. It's going to be Shores and the leader, Rizan, to try and bring it through. But, they're going to have to do so much work to even find anything, to even find a bomb plan into this, Roy. I mean, they've just been slapped on entry.
Luckily, they have the bomb, so they don't need to force it. But this would be a good spot to squeeze out these kills, right? As long as you can realize that Frosty behind the sandbag, and there it is. Razan's found one. Now they spotted the other one as well towards CT spawn, and they should be able to clear him out. And they also have a smoke as well, so they're good. They blocked off his vision. Flashbang is not effective. It went over the roof.
Nearly a kill found. Razan kind of hops his way over that. There is going to be no flank coming in, so all the CT presence is coming through. Fortunately for MC, his molly will do the work for him. He doesn't even need to see his opponents. Just toss a blind molly in and find the frag. So that's no problem whatsoever. They'll molly the pit again just to make extra special sure. Molly's sailing into sight so that nobody is even possibly here, which leaves one spot. It's Banana. There's got to be Shores here. There's the op shot. There's the easy defuse, and there's the round. At least this one got a bomb plant out of it, so Cultivate's got a little bit to work with going forward. But the Quest starting to string these together like they're making a date, like a necklace of flowers, and they're just lining up nicely.
I do like the very procedural retake, though, from the Quest. That looked almost surgical, right? They one by one cleared. They cleared out Pool. They cleared out New Box. They had an idea about Emo, and then they flashed off Banana, knowing the offer would likely be there, and it worked out perfectly. No chance there in that 1v3. But it is the Quest once again in starting to get a pretty comfortable lead here. Let's see if VAE VICTIS can come out with something different here.
It's all pretty default so far. No one's really contesting towards Banana, which is a bit of a change up from the Quest, rather, who have been getting very aggressive towards the top Banana and then down it. So you're just seeing one player start to probe. That's Shores, who's trying to find a little bit of space, and instead it's going to be a big presence towards lane. But they're showing their hand. All this spray is making a lot of noise, making a lot of presence, and they've got no information elsewhere. So they're kind of committed to this. And this sort of more passive bracket control is working out beautifully. Now Janji finds one, MCE swings on the second, and lickety split. 2 players are gone for Cultivate. So the Quest much more patient in this round. But as soon as they sense the moment, they spring the trap, and they catch 2 players.
Well, where are the support flashes, though? Right, it's kind of like the missing piece. Like they obviously have very skilled individuals, right, on Cultivate. None of them are really lacking in the firepower department. But I really would like that critical piece of, good flashbangs coming in. Like, you want to contest Arch, that's fine. It's totally viable, but give me a good pop flash. Clear out these people that are playing the one and dones now. Janji's in spawn, sitting at an off angle. The flashbang comes out. It's not well placed, and it's Frosty being baited away from, and he finds himself an easy kill. Now Janji's re-aggressing, and Janji finds another kill. So 3 kills in the round for him. And the Quest, with another comfortable round, have now gotten themselves a comfortable lead. 7-4. Cultivate's economy is kind of on that. Yeah, it's going to be a half buy. But this is
it
a
almost
potential
feels like
here.
these last few rounds, the most competitive thing has been who's going to get more kills at the top of Banana, Frosty K or Janji. Right now, they're neck and neck, 14 and 13. I mean, it's just looked really rough. VAE VICTIS, or Cultivate rather, have looked lost the last couple. This time it's going to be Spongy, who's tucked into the nook. He might get run down here, but the question is, can he do enough damage before before they dig him out. MCE is here in support, and as they try and hop through, MCE is just going to knock them all down. Spongy says, no problem, you're not even going to be able to close on me. Between MCE and Spongy, they just somehow stay alive in what looked to be a hopeless situation. I mean, the pistol should have been able to run down one of those guns at the least, but they get stopped in their track, and they get just destroyed. That's rough.
That is rough. Good composure there from Spongy, though, to recognize the fact that they really had no way to clear him out of that position as long as he stayed put and waited for MC's support. Now, once again, the aggression's coming out here, and it is the race for Frosty K and John G as they look to gain early control of Banana once again, and they have it. No contention, no way to stop that.
Oh, that's a nice little nade, too. Nice little dunk. Just to keep it fresh. Oh, there's a gap in that smoke. As the thirst to fade, Janji's looking for it. He's just trying to get the tap. Shores is playing with him, but Janji mixes up the angle, and he'll find a frag. Lack gets the trade, though, so there's a little bit something to work with for the T's. Maybe a little bit too aggressive for Janji. He really wanted that frag, and he will be punished for it. Frosty K's falling back. He's bringing in reinforcements. And the question is now Cultivate, with an even man situation, headed into the minute mark. What can they do with it?
All right, so they are going to start baiting out utility from the hands of Quest. These are good signs, right? They're recognizing that there's a crazy amount of utility in the Quest's hands, and this is a good first step. Now, without any utility or counter utility on the B site, they virtually have no choice but to keep 2 players there in defense. This leaves them a little bit blind, doesn't it? They have a player in isolated from the player in Moto. But once again, just walking straight into an AWP.
It seems to be the name of the game so far, and Spongy's still staying alive as well. That pit player hasn't really been tested. They've still got support, and while they're going to try and wrap on, well, that's actually a big kill to find for Gola. They know that Exceed is here. They're trying to dig him out. He's still going to manage to turn it into a frag and slow them down for the rotation to come in. The bomb will be planted, but a man advantage situation, and even more so as it's now just Gola left alive on site. Players closing in from every direction. They'll hesitate for a moment, let Frosty K get in towards lane. Now the 3-pronged approach comes in, the Trident of Doom. And Gola's just trying to figure out which direction he has to look, and he's picked wrong. Frosty K finds the kill and the round as well. The quest will now be on towards 9. Considering the way this started, 0-4, they have now run back 8 rounds in a row. 9 rounds in a row, rather. Counting is hard. 9 rounds in a row, Roy.
Not a good sign. Yeah, not a good sign. But, man, I have to admit, Exceed is playing exceptionally well in that pit position. He's flawless decision-making right now.
I kind of want to just see Cultivate hit something fast. I feel like they're giving too much space for the quest to operate. That's true. They tried that one round on over towards Arch is the most recent.
Why Banana as well?
They get
and they've gotten mopped up on both sides. And look, now they're just bleeding numbers by the second. We're not even at the minute 30. They've already 2-man down, and they have gained nothing for it except Hall's control, which... really, no one's really there to contest it to begin with. Now, look at the quest. They're not satisfied at all. And going forward, gives up his life, and a bit of an advantage here brought back into Cultivate's hand. So, all right, a sign of hope. But the bomb is down in spawn, and that will need to be recovered at some point.
He just has utility raining around him, but he's just going to worm his way into pit and stay safe. And again, as you said, they got to go get back for the bomb. That slows them down so much. That's bled so much time off the clock. And any positioning they had is now lost. Ryzen's operating on his own. He gets picked off by the op. No problem there for Spongy. And now they've taken top bracket control, but at what cost? At what cost, Roy?
I mean, it's a good start. Now they have to deal with Spongy's op. Are they going to figure it out? There it is. The smoke comes out. They block off that angle. If they can 2v2 on the site here successfully, that might be the key. But, man, this is... Exceed's been so well in this position now. I'm a little bit worried for them. Now they have to decide, are we going to commit A once the smokes fade, or are we going to try to split B? I really don't think B ends well, though. They're going to be walking straight into an op. Possibly 2 op. Actually, wait, there's 2 ops on B. That's... Man, this is so nuts.
It's risky to be sure. The bomb is now lane, so that's going to be the commitment. They're coming through as well. Frosty K's found the first. Exceed gets the second. It is the Wombo combo, and there's just no getting past it on the site. Double digits for the quest. Now 10 in a row. They have looked flawless in the last few. I mean, it's like VAE VICTIS are trying to climb a wall, and as soon as they seem to have a toehold, whatever they're clinging to crumbles away, and they just fall back down. I don't know what to tell you. This is just rough.
Yeah, this is super rough. VAE VICTIS looked so alive in the first 4 rounds, but I think, you know, obviously being such a new roster, they've kind of used up their entire set pieces, and now they're not really sure what to fall back on. Now they're looking to go faster to the B side, but Janji catches one over peeking and not able to trade him out. Once again, they're at a disadvantage, but this is virtually they're just getting picked apart now, 1-by-1.
Fish in the barrel. Fish in the barrel for Janji. He takes 3. Finally, Ryzen's going to get a chance to get a bomb plant. This is the last round, though. The plant doesn't matter. He's got to bring through the round, and it's all going to be on him. He's going to get aggressive as a result, tries to take a player through the smoke, and Spongy was waiting for exactly that play, and it plays right into his hand. So 11-4. 11 rounds in a row. Guns get clean. They come out. Confidence comes up for the Quest, and the Quest says, oh, hell no. Just shuts everything that Cultivate tries to do down throughout that entire series. I mean, that is nuts. Going into the second half, if you're Cultivate, you've just got to mind wipe yourself. Completely forget everything that just happened and try and shake it off and get back into this game.
Yeah, you're going to have no choice but to forget this first half happened, right? I mean, there's also a lot of signs of life for Cultivate. They weren't completely dead after the first little while. It just until the last 5 rounds, and then it just kind of like there's a massive breakdown, right? And they're probably demotivated. They're probably just a little bit nervous. Like, all right, maybe we're punching just slightly above our weight class right now. Which, I mean, of course, the Quest has had how many seasons together now? Like 1 full season and a half almost. So they're a lot more well constructed and well put together.
Okay, straight down mid they go. Janji's going to punish the first. There's a second player here, and they're going to retreat. So they get back towards the lane and towards the arch. MDN now retreating into the site itself, and there's an overrun in towards CT. Ryzen can't stand up to the onslaught. Bodies are dropping, but they're coming out on the T side for the Quest, and now they're trying to run straight on towards B, and it's going to be left to Lack to find one. He's tapped out, but he hasn't found the kill. There's one, but an easy trade. The Quest will take that every day of the week. That's a bomb site claim, a bomb planted, and this should be a pretty good post-plant situation for them as well.
Yeah, Lack the discipline there as well, just a tiny little bit. He needed one more kill, and I think he might have made this round a lot more doable. Now it's a bit difficult. They spotted Gola. Oh, nice shot onto Frosted. That actually might open this things up for them, and Gola finds a second one, and now he's evened it up. It's all down to MDN and MCE, a 1v1 standoff, and both of them have the same amount of health points, Mike. This is a game of mind now.
There's the commitment. There we go, but there's the taps, and MCE brings it through. The IGL outbrains them, has the shots, and I don't know if you noticed through that entire round, the Glocks were just doing their mating call of switching from alt fire to single fire constantly. And I don't know what that is. It's like cricket chirping headed in towards site. Maybe it's like the battle cry intimidating as they move through. But that certainly made an interesting chorus as they rolled into site. So now pistol round picked up for the Quest. I mean, you've got to think this is pretty hopeless for Cultivate. They're kind of up against the ledge. This would be such a comeback if they manage to mount it. They've got such a road to travel to do so.
Agreed. But they are using Spongy, who's not normally on this roster, right? Again, we still don't have confirmation if he's officially on the team.
He's done well for himself today, at least.
Definitely. But it still leaves a bit of a lack of cohesion, right, on the east side. But Janji finds the first opening frag, and of course the information as well.
Okay, answer back from Lack. He's a player who's been struggling a little bit more than most in this round, so it's good, or in this game rather, so it's good to see him have an answer, do a little bit of damage, you know, just sort of get that monkey off his back. Bomb going to be planted here, though, and you've got to imagine this post plant's strong enough to hold. But there's kind of a flank on a flank. Exceed is lurking. He might get lurked on from Gola. Timing going to be critical here. Oh, he hears the footsteps. Never mind. Exceed has that easy. Gola trying to get a little bit too excited there to join his teammates, and now Exceed can mob them up, hem them in towards the church, and make sure that there is no conflict. Exceed's like a Terminator. This man, he just, as soon as he hears the footsteps, he just stops and it's like, pivot, there is a frag to find.
Threat detected. Hunting down threat. But there's another impressive statistic here is that Exceed has 0.3 deaths per round. These 6 deaths on going on the 18th round. That's so crazy. Lack now finds the opening frag. That's Frosty going down, and the Quest trying to get their bonus round out. They have found no success so far, except a little bit of damage and early banana control. But now they want to quickly transition. Nice Molotov. Good pick coming out from Spongy as well. But Gola answers back, so the advantage is maintained for Cultivate.
Okay, here around to work with. That's a big swing from Gola as well. He's looking for more. There's only 2 players, but the flank is on quickly, and MDN is going to chase them down. That's the bomb, and that should be the banana spot locked down. It's all to exceed. We were talking about how effective he's been for his team, how little he's died, how much damage he's done. Well, now he's got to do it all. It's a 1v4. Never say never. This man has done it before for sure, but he's got a long road to travel.
Critical must find 4 enemies. Headshot required. One tap needed. Engage.
Oh, keep going. I'm into it. I'm into the saga of Cyborgs Exceed. Flash deployed. Firing shots. Tracking targets.
He actually looks like he's aiming like a robot too. Like, what was that?
Eliminating.
I'm crying. Failure. All right, enough of that. But that's a great round. That's a sign of life there for Cultivate, for sure. A clean round. MDN on the flank clears out the information. They knew exactly where Exceed was going to be coming from, either spawn or, of course, the B flank. Now we have ourselves an important round coming up right here. Cultivate. If they pick this one up, they might have themselves a 3v. MDN looking to go aggressive, but overextends for that just a little bit. That's a sign of starvation, right? You're so desperate for any advantage now. You kind of start giving up and being a little bit careless.
Careful about it. Here's the taps, but there's the player running up lane. Now the IGL out. That's all the presence towards the site out as well. They are locked out. That bomb will be planted. It's a 5-on-3. And with the economy the way it is, with so few round cushions, you've got to imagine they're thinking about the save here, and there it's going to come through. They're getting the heck out of dodge. You've got to keep these rifles up to give them some chance of contesting into the next. And the quest will claim round number 14. Finally a glimmer of hope, and it just gets immediately bookended by the quest rounds. They just snuff it out. They want to allow no quarter here.
Yeah, can they hold on to it, though? That's the real question. Janji's kind of hunting for blood already. He's trying to keep up the chokehold on the economy. And this is a wise decision. I'd be willing to risk 1 weapon to try to take out 1 or 2 weapons here out of Cultivate's hands. Can he find these kills, though? That's the real question. But that flashbang solidifies the deal. And it is the quest picking up a 14th round, a 9-round lead. The economy here is rough for Cultivate. Luckily, they do have some weapons left over that from the save, so that is a lot more to work with than they would have had otherwise. But man, this is going to be a tough one. If they can't close this round out, I lose faith. But if they get this one, there's still a little bit of hope if they can string some rounds together here. They have to work with. Okay, they will have 3 players on full utility. They have 2 kits in play already. They have Razan, who's already bought up. He has some utility as well. This is a good buy overall. Actually, wait. Oh no, never mind. MDN has a weapon already. Yeah, this could be a full buy, full utility as kits as well.
Going to be very solid. Gola and Razan will be a little bit limited, but otherwise they'll be all right. I mean, no real problem there. They'll be fine. The question is, okay, you can't just go to your default, right? Your default has not been working. So what's the change up? What's the big play here? They're coming out of the pause. Where are they going to figure it out?
I'm not really sure. Definitely not overextended window and lose your life early. That's definitely would be a good start. You want to go for the opening frag. You peek out the window. You see nobody. You fall off. Information gained. You keep your life. They don't really have the luxury of a round lead or a massive economy to make these kind of risks, right? You're not really in that kind of position where you can make these careless and kind of overconfident, over-aggressive plays. You have to play this out tactically, and you have to play it out well. But you can't also be too scared. So the answer is a triple pour setup. I like this.
Okay, MC likes it too. He's taking the silencer off his gun because there's nothing subtle about the spray down he's got right now. He will be cleaned up, and actually they come out on the advantage. It's all just Frosty K. The rest of his team really committed in towards that middle push, and they just got destroyed.
A nice setup. I'm a big fan of the triple pour setup. Because even if you get smoked off, the person that's boosted above still has eyes on the arch cross. Unless you get smoked off and mollied on the balcony, you virtually win that exchange almost every single time. Now it's all down to Frosty in a 1 versus 3. Of course, there's only 1 player on the B site, and if he can find that opening frag and reset for the 1v2, that is a possibility. But if Flacklack keeps his life here and gives up the site, it's going to be really difficult for Frosty to hold this one off.
Oh, that shot. I think that was just the nervous shot. Now he knows exactly where Lack-Lack's playing from. Frosty K looking for it. He's going to fade away, and Lack-Lack's waiting for the rotation to come in. There's a ton of utility on Frosty K's belt, so this isn't impossible. He's just going to be looking for the face. There's the first kill. Spray transfer, expecting a player to be coming out banana, but it'll be Lack-Lack who slipped all the way around to find the frag and the round. So it's expensive. They only keep 2 alive, but Cultivate do get a critical round win when their backs are against the wall, and they have bought themselves just the littlest bit of breathing room. The littlest bit.
Yeah, if VAE VICTIS can get up to 10 double digits here before they drop around, I honestly think there's a massive amount of hope. But if they lose before they can get up to that double digit mark, I think it might be rough. Now, Cultivate going for that early aggression towards Banana. They've gained control early, and I don't think the quest has enough utility to really contest this. So they're going to try to brute force it with flashbangs and smokes. Actually, just flashbangs, no smokes.
Just roll through. Save those smokes for the actual site hit. Oh, wow, that would have been brutal. Gola survives, but man, that would have been such a smack in the face if he dropped. Oh, the health is getting low. The game of spray is turning out very nicely for the quest, and these 2 B-site defenders are just trying to limp on home. The problem is the rotation hasn't come in because the Cultivate side seems to still feel like the presence is going to swing back towards A. And it very well might. There's no real commitment out from the quest. They've still got feelers towards the other side of the map to allow the possibility. Finally, a rotation does come in. Well, these 2 players basically on life support. You've got to imagine they need the support.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with these 2 players being wounded on the B side as well is that, well, there's so much pressure now, right? You kind of have to have that 3rd person stay there. Luckily for Cultivate, they don't really know how much damage they have done yet. Razan and Lack-Lack just giving away their lives for free. Now Gola has a defenders with 8 HP. Finds himself a 2nd kill, making this a lot more doable now. But it is still an advantageous scenario for the quest. And this might all come crumbling down, because if Cultivate drop this one, their economy is broken moving forward. And MDN is going loud and proud. And dead. And Exceed is looking like a Terminator.
Just shaking his crosshair to add into it, just to show his excitement here. It's all Shores. He's got 2 players to dig out. 1v2 situation. There's almost the first, but Spongey's just a little bit too quick on that shot. Finds the head, silences his dreams. 15-6 now. It would be 9 match points for Cultivate to bring this back. 9, Roy. And they're starting out with a very meager buy.
Yeah, I've already started doing the calculations. We're looking at about 0.23% of a comeback here for Cultivate.
The math checks out. Roy bot, our statistics calculator.
Yeah, no, jokes aside, 9 rounds in a row is a difficult task on the CT side of Inferno, especially a map that depends not only on a lot of utility, but also a well-developed retake.
Okay, nice little shot there from the Lack-Lack gun. He's going to get knocked down low in turn, though. Might be able to hold a little bit of space towards the top. Not if an 8 sails in right into his lap and exterminates him, though. That makes it a little less comfortable. There will be a player moving down, and there's some aggression in towards alt mid as well as they try and find a bit of an answer. Cultivate actually gets surprised here by MDN, but Frosty's holding for it, and MCE is as well. Should be no real chance with the player being dropped towards the top of Banana. This round should be just about over, and with it, the game. But never count him out. Never say never. The drive by 5-7 is working shockingly well. And now Shore is tagging down with a scout from range. I'm not sure why they're fighting this, but they are. And now it's possible. MC's got a scout. He's running. They're trying to chase. He's got to get the plant. I mean, this is absurd.
Yeah, they're going for the insult to injury, right? They're like, let's just win it right here. They have a pistol. They have a scout. Let's just... Oh no, not MCE finds the first frag with the Deagle, might sign into the second, and he still closes it off with 7 HP. So back on track to the round win and the match point, of course, in the quest. I think Cultivate is punching just a little bit over their weight limit right now.
Holy cow, though, MCE, that's not usually who you expect to whip out a play like that. I mean,
what?
It's almost like the children. I mean, yes, but it's almost like the children were having fun just messing around in mid, and MCE goes, all right, that's enough. I need to get to bed. We're closing this out, guys. Takes the bomb, takes it home, plants it, and then just shuts it down with the Deagle. I mean,
sometimes you just got to take out your Deagle, you know what I mean? And just tap one and tap the other. You know what I mean, Mike?
When in doubt, whip it out, man.
But we have all whipped out of matches for you guys for tonight. That concludes our Group D show off. Now we are starting to get a pretty clear idea of what teams are kind of starting to get closer to that playoff mark. The Quest, Mythic, and Royal coming out all with wins here today, which pushes these teams downwards and these teams upwards as well. But that is all the matches that we have for you guys tonight. It has been a great day of matches. If you've missed the action, we do have replays coming up for you that can kind of recap it quickly for you, as well as the scores. But besides that, guys, we are out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please follow our socials. That is Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. These are great ways to keep track of everything happening within the Winners League umbrella, as well as win.gg, of course, the content aspect of our league here. But we are signing out. Take care, and see you guys tomorrow for the EU division, bright and early around 1 p.m.
I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself.
So purely, I'm pushing myself to the edge, not letting go away. Been testing myself at the worst. I've been pushing my mind to the most. I've been loving the people around me, but I'm so paranoid, so paranoid, yeah. In the way